So you have a custody agreement and your child keeps telling you that they don't want to go to your ex's house. What do you do? Can you keep them home? Do you have to force them to go? Or does your child get to decide? This is one of the most emotional situations that parents face when going through a custody action. Your first instinct is to listen to your child. Is there a reason as to why they're saying that? Why? Is there something going on over there? Do you have to do some more digging? But you also have to honor your custody agreement. And that's where things get complicated. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to explain what happens when a child refuses to go with the other parent, whether the kids get to decide where they go and who they live with, and what the Connecticut courts actually expect parents to do in situations like this. Hey, my name is Kristen Wolfe with Wolfe Shore Law Group here in the state of Connecticut. We are a family law firm that helps you to get through your family matter with purpose so that you can move on with the rest of your life. So one of the biggest misconceptions is that if your child says they don't want to go, that's the end of the conversation. It isn't. And the first question that we ask is why? Are they simply upset because they're leaving one parent? Is there a disagreement over rules? Or is there something more serious happening that needs some immediate attention? All of those are very different situations. Look, the why is a big question. And because of that, most parents act emotionally. And they might say, okay, you don't have to go. Or they'll start the sentence like, is something happening? Is somebody hitting you? Is there problems over there? Is daddy being mean? Is mommy yelling a lot? Those are things that you don't want to do. And here's why. We don't want you to jump the gun. That custody agreement that you have is a court order. And what that means is that you are both expected to abide by that court order unless you both mutually agree to make changes or unless it's modified under the rules and regulations of the court. Now, while your child's preference may become a factor depending on their age, maturity, and the specific circumstances, it does not automatically override a court order. Look, the courts understand that if you have a teenager, you're not just gonna throw them over your shoulder, put them in a car seat, and bring them over to your spouse's house. But you do have to try to do some encouragement or figure out a genuine reason as to why they don't want to go. In fact, you might even bring it up to your ex-spouse. But sometimes there are some legitimate safety concerns. And if there are, you need to contact your lawyer immediately so that you can review them with them and make sure that you act appropriately under those circumstances. So, what do you do in these situations? The first thing, and it's a big one, is to figure out the why. The why is so important. And sometimes that why, especially with younger kids, can get confusing. So we may have to bring in other professionals, such as a therapist or a guardian ad litem, to really figure out the why as to why the child doesn't want to go to your ex's house. Then we figure out a solution. Once we know the why, we can determine whether or not this is a parenting issue, this is a child issue, or if it's a safety issue. And along with that solution comes a possible change to your custody agreement if the circumstances allow for it. We will help to guide you through to make sure that the proper amendments are being made or not. Look, we're not telling you not to listen to your child. In fact, we're telling you the opposite. Listen to your child, document what they're saying, try to figure out the why without putting words into your child's mouth, and then bring that information to your attorney so that you can strategize your next move. If there is a modification that's warranted, then you and your attorney can pursue it through the courts, because custody decisions are not based on who's the better parent. They are based on the best interests of your kids. So if you're going through this situation right now, or you know somebody is, don't panic. Give our office a call at 203-745-3151 or visit our website at www.wolfeandshorelaw.com. We will set up a 45-minute consultation where you sit down with an attorney and strategize what your next move will be so that you can finalize your custody and do right by your child with peace and purpose moving forward.